Here we are walking into Lithia Dodge.
Straight to asking for the manager, right? Yeah.
Tim is, so. Hey Tim, how you doing?
Good, good.
Is the service manager here?
Yes.
Okay, you can speak with him, please.
All right. He's right in here.
Okay. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
John Heilman.
My name's Brian.
Ryan.
This is Rob. I don't know if you've met.
We never met.
We're going to record this for posterity. Do you have the original repair order paperwork? Because we need that. Technician copy.
Submission copies right here.
Get the copy that was signed as well by Anthony.
Right here.
Yep. Just the front blue sheet was all good.
What's going on here?
Hold on.
Just want to review everything first.
So, first of all, I don't see any authorization beyond $120 is the first problem.
Okay.
Can you show me?
No, that's okay. He bought it in for oil leaks, and when the first
Do
time.
you see authorization on here beyond $120?
No, I do see that this is his. When he come in and signed and paid, if he'd had a problem, he wouldn't have paid this.
Yeah.
Okay, he paid 500,
So-
750.
Right.
Okay, that's his initials. 471 remaining, which it isn't. I spoke to the technician. We broke the alternator.
So, I'm not talking about the alternator right
Okay.
now. What I'm talking about is, do you see authorization beyond $120?
No, I do not.
No, you do not.
No.
Which means, legally, you can charge 10% above the authorized $120.
Okay.
So that's $120 plus $12, which is $132
Okay.
plus tax.
Okay.
And that's as far as you go. So, right now, you owe him $500 less the $140 that he owes you.
Not until I pull the old new gasket off.
Not
Yes,
correct.
Absolutely.
No.
You have to pick the vehicle up.
The work that you do, I used to do this for a living, the work that you do without authorization is done.
So you didn't want him to do that work?
That's not the question.
That's what I'm
No.
asking you. You can.
That's
leave-
not the question.
You can-
The question is there was no
because
authorization.
Why'd you bring the vehicle in?
Brought the vehicle in to be diagnosed for the problem. And to
It
get
was
the
already
problem fixed.
diagnosed previously because you already done work prior.
Well, if that's the case, then why did you have a
worked on-
$120 estimate?
Work done prior, correct?
There was work done for him.
Okay.
Sure.
And that's what you was
This
given.
conversation is over.
Right.
You owe him money
And
and a vehicle.
who is the owner of the vehicle?
You need to be quiet.
Okay.
You need to leave real
No.
quick.
I have-
need to sit and talk.
I don't need to leave, actually.
I have him here for. Yeah. No, I don't. No, he doesn't do that. He's here with me on my behalf. So that's.
So you didn't ask to have that work done? You really go to bed late at night, okay? I went through the
No,
bill,
so-
and you are where the estimate is going to be, right where? Okay, I took off the alternator.
The question is, do you see authorization beyond $120? You've already answered twice that you do not.
No, I have not.
So here's the issue. So
I said no.
Twice.
No, I do not see. Get that bloody thing out of my face, please. There is no estimate.
So I'll de-escalate this a little bit.
Preliminary
right?
estimate, $120.
Exactly.
There was a conversation that happened yesterday. Things probably could have been handled differently, but I think at this point, we need to step out.
What was handled yesterday?
Okay.
What was handled yesterday?
When on Saturday, I apologize for the mistake. When I came in on Saturday,
Okay.
it could have been handled differently.
Okay.
So, based on that, I'd like a copy of all of this right now, and we'll step out real quick.
You have my loaner?
I do.
Now, there's your new estimate you was given. Okay, and you can go. Okay, and if you didn't have this, if you honestly say that you didn't want this work done, I'll give you your money back. Okay, but you know you wanted that work done, and the estimate got higher. We broke the alternator. I put an alternator in there.
And the rest of the parts.
Okay, there was a switch that come out,
Look.
and it's all in the story.
Look,
Okay.
like I said,
Yeah.
When I came in yesterday, on Saturday, I specifically asked for you to be called with the situation that happened in your lobby.
Okay.
I specifically asked, I was told no. So this could have been resolved a lot differently on
Why
Saturday.
wasn't I called?
Because he couldn't call you.
I couldn't, I had,
He couldn't, he didn't have a way to get a hold of
didn't
you.
have a way to get a hold
He-
of
and
you.
he-
Frank wasn't here.
Bullshit.
I agree, 100% with you.
I agree too.
Okay.
But I specifically asked for you to be, I even asked Elena, who sits there, to have you called. I also asked, I was told that there was nobody that could make any decisions and was pressured and forced into what you see right here. With a person,
You be quiet. I want you to leave. Don't cut him out. I want
With-
you to get out now.
with a person who has a seizure disorder, we were strong-armed. So it could have been handled differently then, is all I'm saying.
I got a phone call from
And
you
then-
this morning, right?
No,
No.
for me.
Oh, that's from you.
You spoke with me this morning. So
Are
that
you Rob?
I'm Rob.
Okay.
I'm Anthony's son.
Okay.
So it could have been handled differently then. But your service staff was inducing a seizure by the issue that they're having. And I specifically asked to speak to you.
I'm sorry that didn't happen. 'Cause
And
they have my
was
stuff.
strong-armed and essentially extorted out of money.
Well, you weren't. You're not extorted.
No,
I did go. This is what when I spoke to you today. I've been working on this all day.
I'm sure. 'Cause
Well, because I want to be fair.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay. So I went and spoke to my technician. He says, "Why did we put an alternator on this?" And he says, "I broke it." And I said, "Why wasn't it internal?" We break stuff. We do
Right.
break stuff. I mean, there's some stuff we
all of the
there's-
sensors were broken by you.
But they would. But I can't. There's some stuff I can't control with 20 years. Pulling off an electrical connector.
No, you can look at
Listen,
the.
if you
I got the
understand-
sensors out there. No, I got you, but I got the
Yeah.
sensors out there. You can tell that they were yacked off and broken.
When
Were they
you pull
broken?
it, then when you pull the
got a
thing-
clip.
Okay.
I have the sensors out here. I can show you. The ones that, when I asked for all of them,
Yeah.
Tim, your service advisor, could not provide me all of the parts. And furthermore, with as far as regard, like when we're talking about authorization here and what was and what was not authorized,
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that Tim or anybody else in your service staff made any phone calls to say, hey, this is what's going on, right?
Which is sure.
And the reason why I can prove to you that that did not happen is because the alternator that you gave me isn't my alternator. No, you want me to explain to you why it's not my alternator? Because Lithia Dodge replaced that alternator.
Okay.
And the Jeep required an alternator out of a different vehicle. And you would have known that had he made a phone call. So when he pushed the issue yesterday, and he's forced my hand to take time off of work, elevated blood pressure, the whole bullshit that went on. Now I don't see, like we just said, there's no authorization past $120. Yes, Saturday was a different story. Probably me and you could have got along pretty well and come up with a different conclusion. But right now, there's an authorization for $120.
But you knew you were spending it. Come on. You knew you were spending it.
Irrelevant.
Well, it is, but it
No,
isn't. And,
right.
you know, and obviously it's going to go to court, and it is. Because we know, obviously, deep in...
No, I don't know anything.
Well, that's...
I wasn't part of this previous thing. It's a different invoice number. It's not related to this.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
The previous
And-
one was a training work, correct?
and I wasn't involved in the previous one.
Okay.
What I do know is that the invoice numbers are different and what was recorded.
Correct.
And specifically asked of 10 when the car was dropped off. Really? This is what the price is? Because you tell me what the price you have on there is. For what you say it was previously quoted. Approximately.
That 1260 one.
About 12. And you tell me what that number is that you quoted right there.
That's the preliminary estimate.
No, but what's the number? 120.
120.
So when we dropped it off, we specifically asked, because that's just a zero, and that could be a memory thing, right? We specifically asked, really, that's all?
Then why
Are
did
you sure?
Then
And
why did you pay 1250 on the Saturday?
because I needed to get Anthony out of here because he was having a seizure, and I argued, and they weren't going to let anything happen because I originally said, nah, how about you just give me a loaner car and we take care of it then? We come back in and sort things out, and they wouldn't do anything for us, no car, without extorting. Again, I say extorting money out of us. So it was specifically asked of Tim when the car was dropped off. Really, that's all? Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, well, if you're gonna spend any more than that, then please notify me.
May I say something?
Sure.
So, like it or not, the law is very clear.
Oh, yeah.
We have both read it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
It's very
I
clear.
brought a few to read as well. if you'd like.
No,
And like it or not, the fact of the matter is, there was no authorization beyond $120. So you can take this to court, and you will lose.
yeah.
And you will lose beyond this, because I had to take time off work. He had to take time off work. Pain and suffering. I mean, that kind of stuff, it's real. It happens. So,
And you know what? And you're saying we're extorting.
No,
You
no.
know, I think, you're extorting.
How-
You had work.
how are we
You
extorting?
knew what was getting done.
No.
Look,
you would
you
not have
have
bought the vehicle in if you didn't know what was
Wait,
getting
wait,
done.
you
with the
have
vehicle.
already admitted several times that
I-
$120 is
Estimate should have been on, absolutely.
absolutely.
Preliminary, yes.
Absolutely.
That's-
I've done this. I know how this works.
But so-
I know how this works.
But you have to look at it through. When I come in, those numbers are similar, right? There's a zero difference. It's an order of magnitude, right?
$120 versus $1,200.
Versus 1,200. And he was specifically asked if that's correct, and he said yes. And we specifically said, if it's going to be more than that, call me. Because, like you said, he goes out there, and what if he finds another leak? And he says, oh, this other thing needs to be fixed, or this other thing needs to be fixed. We specifically asked for that communication, and it wasn't given.
Okay. You got the loaner papers.
I do. I mean, he didn't fill them out right, and so I ran into. Like I told you, I
We
ran
filled
into.
it, but a different day.
I
Yes.
ran into your server, one of your sales associates,
Yeah.
who initialed and dated. If
Sales
service
manager.
sales manager, if you would like a photocopy of that.
Yeah, I'll take because I'm checking for every debt because obviously there's no damage on it, right? So there's no dents, dings, nothing in it. So we need
Right.
to go over that thoroughly. Any dent,
So-
any dent.
I want you to know that this is not personal,
Right.
okay? This is. They were tried.
You wouldn't
They
have brought the
tried.
vehicle in.
They tried to.
It was
You
previously
guys tried.
diagnosed.
Listen.
No,
You guys tried to
it was previously
overcharge
diagnosed.
severely. Whether.
Overpriced.
No, I didn't say overpriced. I said overcharged. The price is there's no issue with the price. Your labor rate is what it is. Parts that cost what they cost. The price is not the issue. The overcharging without authorization is the illegal end problem. Is the illegal part that's the problem.
So can I get my?
Absolutely.
That
When I went back through, I mean, that is what I come back up with. Cellular 17, that's what I took the alternator off. Okay, sensors are in there for 20 years. You know,
No, but you can look. So the sense.
I know you're not paying. I'm just saying what I did. You know, waiting for you to come in today.
But-
Sweet.
But we're also talking about the sensors, right? Like the sensors were busted off. They were not. The sensors did not fall apart on their own. Like I have the sensors. You can look at them. So you can look at them with your own eyes and see.
Do you mind if I do?
No, not a problem at all. I can show you the sensors.
If I
So you
could,
can
I'd
so you can see
appreciate
that they're busted. So, but again, that's all irrelevant at this point. And like I said, maybe things could have been handled differently on Saturday if they would have called.
Absolutely.
But and they should have been.
No, absolutely.
And I hope you can convey that. But at this point, like,
If you're looking for a job somewhere else.
bruh, so at this point, like, I'd like to part ways with under the guidelines of the law, unless you got another suggestion, and then maybe we can walk out and we can talk about it.
Hey, that's what you want. And the 120, that's what you want. Hey, that's what it says I have to do for you. But I know you're extorting now.
it's 120 plus 10%
Plus
plus
10%,
tax
so it's about $150. But
within the letter of the law.
You knew what the vehicle was coming in for. Someone knew what the
So did
cost was
you.
going to be.
I did not know.
So
the
did you.
vehicles-
Someone knew what the cost was going to be.
So
did he.
Previously
And
diagnosed.
so did he.
Previously diagnosed.
And like I said,
That's fine.
So, previously diagnosed. Now you keep saying that.
yes.
Estimated miscellaneous, $120, or estimate miscellaneous, $120 total. So, this dollar amount, and unless you're going to lie to me right now, we all know that this is a diagnostic fee. This is a diagnosis fee
which is
that
what
you
I'm
get
saying,
on
so it was-
every RO that comes in, because you have to
I don't
secure.
charge it if I don't charge it if I don't need it.
I didn't
Correct.
say you. I didn't say you did.
If it's gonna
I say
go-
you get authorization for $120, which is 1 hour of labor for every vehicle that comes through here.
Correct.
You and I both know that. You know that this is a diagnostic fee. You know that.
It's a
Are you
preliminary
going to
estimate.
lie about that?
It's a preliminary estimate.
It's a preliminary estimate, aka a diagnostic fee.
Right.
This is the dollar amount that you secure beforehand in order to get a vehicle in the shop to have it looked at, to ensure that you get paid for your time.
Correct.
Correct.
And that's I'm going to
So-
reimburse you the rest of your money.
So,
So,
that
no, you-
is all that was authorized.
Plus
Correct.
10% plus tax.
10
That's what you're going to be charged.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now we're going to go look at the vehicle, see if it didn't scratches, because it was perfect. You signed perfect vehicle when you come in.
But we're not done yet, sadly,
Hmm.
because the alternator that was replaced, that you broke,
It's not fair.
then the alternator that you put back on is probably not the correct alternator, because it is not an alternator off of a 94 or whatever it is Jeep. It's off of a Dodge Ram
I
1500.
can tell you that the alternator that you got is the alternator from off that vehicle.
I can't speak to that.
So the reason why
I don't carry alternators in my shop. That's
No,
what come off of your vehicle, and that's what got given to you. And it was a junkyard. It had,
No,
it
the
had
reason-
yellow writing on it.
So the reason why I will say from the evidence that I've looked at right now, the reason why I know, why I can say I'm pretty confident, I won't say no, I'm pretty confident that's not the right alternator, is because the people who installed that alternator was YSF Dodge, and I have the service invoice with the part number that they said came off of it. Now, you have two Jeeps of similar years sitting in your lot right now that it looks like you're working on.
Probably.
So the reason why I'm saying it's not my alternator is because I have the invoice from YSF Dodge with the part number on it, and it's not the part number that's on that alternator that you gave me. The alternator that was installed, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing is an alternator for a 1994 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Is the one that was installed.
I don't think there was I don't know. All I know is we put the part, you got the correct part, they got the part downtown. Okay, what I can tell you is
So
The correct part for that vehicle.
correct.
Right.
Yeah, so the part
That's
for
what
the
we're saying.
make, for the make and model of the vehicle is the part that was put on. So the part that actually, and again, right, this goes into saying, like, Ted never called at all. Right?
He said you were at the market when he was speaking, you said you couldn't hear him. Is that not
Wait.
correct?
We on Saturday when he said the vehicle was done and ready to be picked
There
up.
was something about, said something about the alternator. And you said you couldn't hear him, you hung up.
No, that's not exactly how the conversation.
Okay, but was there interference?
The room.
Could you understand everybody perfectly? Or was you
I could understand, but he was talking so fast. I could hear the words, right? Like I wasn't
Perfect.
But he was going so fast that like I needed to leave the situation to be able to fully comprehend what he was saying. That is true. We were
talking too fast?
he was going 100 miles